Bernie Sanders bashes Trump's Supreme Court pick, humiliates himself in record time by Adam Casalino, Politics US News for MadWorldNews.com. Almost immediately, liberals jumped to Twitter to complain about President Donald Trump's Supreme Court nominee. Before Americans could even Google Brett Kavanaugh, Bernie Sanders posted his scathing rebuttal. But patriots were on hand to put Uncle Bernie and other left-wing idiots in their place. Are we really surprised that liberals are furious over Trump's Supreme Court pick? Trump could have nominated Gandhi and the left would be upset. It has nothing to do with Judge Kavanaugh's experience, skills, or track record. It has everything to do with the left's pathetic hatred for our commander-in-chief. In the age of Trump, Democrats have proven themselves to be petty and bitter children. I would call them thugs, not children. They refuse to compromise with the president on any issue. Even measures to improve our economy, cut taxes, and fix infrastructure, they fight tooth and nail. Liberals were determined to oppose Trump's SCOTUS pick. In fact, some of them had their complaints ready before he announced his nominee. Just take the Women's March's ill-fated tweet. At this point, everybody's aware that liberals were going to slam President Trump's Supreme Court nominee, no matter who it was, but the Women's March organizers were apparently too distracted to bother to update their pre-written press release to reflect the name of Trump's choice. In response to Donald Trump's nomination of XX to the Supreme Court of the United States, the Women's March released the following statement. Trump's announcement today is a death sentence for thousands of women in the United States. Judge Brett Kavanaugh's nomination threatens to move our nation's highest court dangerously to the right and further erode protections for almost every marginalized group in America. Trump is following through on his most threatening campaign promises, the Muslim ban, the crackdown on immigration, now overturning Roe versus Wade, white patriarchal supremacists and all who enable them now have free rein to advance their oppressive agenda in all three branches of government, from Roe versus Wade to health care. Everyone needs a copy. Editor example number 4732. Well, source Twitchy. Yeah, I'm really going to buy their bogus complaint. They clearly drafted that before Trump announced Brett Kavanaugh. But could this group claim this was a death sentence before they even knew who was being nominated? Perhaps it has to do with how biased, corrupt, and dishonest liberals are. Democratic leaders in D.C. were quick to promise they'd vote no for Kavanaugh's confirmation hearing. Big surprise. These are the same crooks who voted no on giving millions of Americans much-needed tax cuts. The same crooks who support sanctuary cities and the abolition of ICE. Naturally, they had their complaints ready to post just seconds after Trump made his announcement. Bernie Sanders, who once praised the president for his efforts to bring jobs back to the United States, was quick to spew his bogus communist nonsense. Yeah, because Soros started giving him money for that. President Trump's Supreme Court nominee Brett Kavanaugh will be a rubber stamp for an extreme right-wing agenda pushed by corporations and billionaires. We must mobilize the American people to defeat Trump's right-wing reactionary nominee. Since when have conservative values embraced by many, many Americans been considered extreme right-wing? Already people are going over Brett Kavanaugh's record as a judge. You know what they don't see? Any decision that resembles extremism. This is what Uncle Bernie thinks of the traditions and values shared by most Americans. Putting families first is extreme. Protecting our borders is part of a right-wing agenda. Limiting the size of government and giving freedom back to the American people is supporting corporations and billionaires. I guess Bernie, the Democratic Socialist Communist, I should say, would rather have us all be slaves to a bloated, overstuffed federal government. I'm not sure what he means by we must mobilize the American people in order to stop Trump's pick. Does he know how this process works? Newsflash, Bernie, the American people are behind Donald Trump. We elected him president, knowing he was going to nominate good people to the SCOTUS. You can put right wing in your tweets all you want. That's not going to change that reality. Patriots were quick to put Bernie's bogus statement where it belongs, in the garbage bin. David here, Bernie is scared that Kavanaugh might actually faithfully interpret the Constitution, which is an obstacle to his extreme left-wing agenda. Seal, look to Venezuela and other places, Bernie. Socialism is a disease. Leonard Vermillion, must have a lot of time at that summer home of yours that you could sell and divide that profit up and give it to the needy. Yeah, since he's a communist socialist, why not? Why does he need all these homes that he has? And taking money, for him to come out, he's getting paid. Jeff Sloan says a guy who wants to take everyone's money and give it away, hey, wait, didn't Senator Sanders' wife steal a lot of money? Wonder where that went. Hashtag unhinged left. If you just listen to Bernie for just 10 minutes, you learn what an idiot he is. This man literally knows no other vocation than stirring up resentment and making promises that cannot be kept. Without politics, he would be the crazy homeless guy standing on the street corner screaming at the passerby, Stephen Hedrick wrote. It's called normal common sense and following the Constitution, not extreme right wing. Good grief, if anyone is extreme, it's the unhinged, threatening left, by Joan Huffman. Liberals are so blinded by their hate that they seem to have forgotten that the role of Supreme Court justice is to interpret, not make laws. Just quit with the fake outrage over every little thing. Protesting things that haven't even happened is just ignorant, by Deborah Fairbank. Source Facebook. It's clear that Americans aren't buying the left's phony outrage over Trump's picks. Liberals are doing what they do best, throwing a temper tantrum when things don't go their way. Over the last 2 years, we've seen the same thing. Instead of manning up and working with this administration, they obstruct, bicker, and hinder American progress. Kind of explains why they continue to lose. Huh? Right? And Bernie would be nobody, yeah, if it wasn't for politics, absolutely. But Bernie would be nobody. He got, the only thing Bernie ran on was free college tuition. That's why he had all the little millennials, voting for him and pushing for this communist, I should say. Yeah, but who's going to foot the bill for that? Maybe if we weren't paying so many illegals, maybe they'd have free college tuition. How about that, Bernie? How about that? Put that in your book now, Bernie. This Bernie Sanders is just sickening. A real sickening type of human being, as if he stands for justice and the right way. Yeah, his wife ripped off that college. I wonder, where did that money go to, Bernie? And who's paying you to be tweeting out now? You're another Soros shill, probably. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And again, thank you so much for watching.